ATV crew, salute. What? Bro, I'm trying to break my table with my fingers. One of them, hiya! You know what I'm saying, bro? Salute, what's good? Bro, what a freaking entrance. That was unexpected. Yo, today I'm finna be hitting up Geography Now, Chile. Now, this channel, or this guy that does these geographies is hella dope, man. I've been watching him from since he started. He's doing something different in this world. He's been doing each country. He's currently on Norway. I don't know what country is next. But since I got a hard follow of Chilean fans, I thought I'd do this one for y'all. Update myself with some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It always comes in handy in future videos, God knows. I'm finna be doing a second reaction when it comes to Portugal. Simply cause I have quite a few things to say, you know what I'm saying? Smash that like button. Hit the comment section like crazy, like y'all always do, man. But no, darling, this is a hella long video. I won't get straight up into the point, you know what I'm saying? Let me knowledge up myself a bit about Chile. Further ado, family, crew. Let's get straight in.
So, buddy, so if you're feeling kind of Chile, make sure that... Oh, shoot. What was that?
Whoa, what the heck?
Dude.
He had to go there, bro.
Are you serious?
Everything's okay.
Dude, I can't believe... Whoa. Wonder what that was on the Richter scale.
You can see he's being so sarcastic with his face, bro.
Somebody here was from Chile. They could probably tell us.
Guessing y'all have a lot of earthquakes in Chile.
It's time to learn geography now!
Hey everybody, I'm your host Barbie. Welcome to Chile, the country where people really know how to shake things up. But first, let's dissect the flag. The flag of Chile, otherwise known as the Estrella Solitaria, or the Lone Star, is made up of two unequal bands of white and red with a blue square in the upper left hoist side with a single 5-point star in the middle of it. The star commonly represents the guidance towards progress and honor, the blue box represents the sky and ocean, the white band represents the snow-covered Andes and the mountains, and the red stands for the blood of those who fought for the country. And that's about it. Just make sure you don't confuse this flag.
What the hell did he just say? I didn't understand shit, bro.
And the red stands for the blood of those who fought for the country. And that's about it.
What?
Just make sure you don't the mountains. And the red stands for the blood of those who fought for the country. And that...
Bro, what the hell? I couldn't make do with these speakers what the hell he said, bro. Hit me up in the comment section.
That's about it. Just make sure you don't confuse this flag with the flag of Texas and you're good to go. Moving on.
You won't confuse it because Texas ain't country unless you know about the states hella tough then. But that's something else, man.
Okay, this is where things get really fun.
By the way, before we do get into it, I know that Chile is in South America. Speak Spanish. I don't know what the population is. You know anything else, but let's get back into it.
Because there are virtually no countries that have the same types of parameters as Chile. Chile is located on the southwestern coast of the South American continent, bordered by Argentina, Peru, and Bolivia. At around 4,300 kilometers or 2,700 miles, Chile is the world's longest country by territory length north to south. And is also one of the narrowest land countries, the average width being about 177 kilometers or 110 miles. The broadest point by Antofagasta being only 356 kilometers, and the narrowest by Yapel at a measly 90 kilometers in width. The country is divided into 15 regions. Each region is assigned a name with a Roman numeral north to south. The only exception is the Santiago Metropolitan Region as the capital, which has its own designation under RM, or Región Metropolitana. The numeral system used to be easy.
Most of y'all be hitting me up from Santiago, bro.
It was just up and down 1 through 13 until in 2006 two more regions were added. Los Rios in the south at number 14 and Arica and Parinacota at number 15. So you have number 15 at the top and number...
So why did they extend it? Wonder if he's gonna mention that.
14 in between 9 and 10. Why Chile didn't just number all the regions in order again? I have no idea. Shut up! That's why. The capital is
Politics, bro. Let a load of commotion. We won't get into that shit.
Santiago, located roughly in the upper central area in the country. It's a bustling city with a history that goes back into the 16th century.
Bro, check the view of the mountain though, and that. But check the freaking mountain, bro. What's that? The moon coming out of that? Whoa, okay. Let's see what we're working with here.
16th century, blending a mix of neoclassical architecture alongside glass skyscrapers and high-rises like the Gran Torre Santiago Tower at 64 stories, and it is also the tallest building in all of South America. Chile will...
Damn. I'm really digging the mountain view, bro.
Also tell you that their country is a tri-continental country because they have islands and territories that span across 3 continents: South America, Oceania, and Antarctica, even though the Antarctic Treaty kind of bans anyone from claiming ownership over Antarctica. But hey, Chile does have one of only 2 civilian settlements on Antarctica, Villa Las Estrellas, located on King George Island, right off the Antarctic Peninsula. This place hosts about 150 people, mostly military and scientist personnel with their families. The population fluctuates during the winter season when they have fewer residents. Nonetheless, this town has a school for kids, a library, a small hospital, and a post office which offers...
Bro, that's my type of vibe. If y'all hit me on the IG and saw that my island, bro, I hit up the other island, Porto Santo. Bro, not much population, nice life. It's the way forward, man. Peaceful, no crime, you know what I'm saying?
A rare Antarctic postage stamp. The other territories they have include the Juan Fernandez Archipelago Islands, which includes Robinson Crusoe Island. Yes, people, the island that book was named after, which that guy who wrote it was marooned on. Look, guys, I'm just going to confess, I don't really read a lot of classic literature. I just make it look like I do on this show so that it gives off the illusion that I'm a refined classic person. Dumb, it teaches geography. The Desventuradas, or the Unfortunate Islands, are also owned by Chile, although they don't really have much going on for them except there's a small airstrip and naval base on San Felix Island. Then we have Isla Salas y Gomez.
I wonder why they called it the Unfortunate Island. That's a hell of a name. Unfortunate? It's not unfortunate, bro.
An Easter island located in the far-off remote Pacific, classified as the southeasternmost point of Polynesia, so technically it does belong to Oceania, even though these islands are actually closer to mainland Chile than they are to the rest of Polynesia.
Bro, don't even get me started on that issue as well, bro. That's why I can't wait for Portugal's turn, bro. Hell a lot to say. Something ish like this, it just made your mind baffling, bro.
Polynesia. Salas y Gomez is uninhabited, boring, and doesn't really have anything. Easter Island is the moneymaker. Easter Island is like the Hawaii of Chile. World famous for being...
That's just like my island, bro. We be the moneymaker of... Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it.
Being one of the strangest places on
Watch Portugal's one. Like I said, I got hella lot to say about that one, bro.
Earth, with petroglyphs and ancient unexplained Moai statues created by the ancient Rapa Nui peoples that adorn the entire island. The country overall has about 2,000 islands, most of which are located in the South Patagonia.
What? 2,000 islands, bro? Damn, that sounds like my type of vibe, yo. Damn. Wow, that's crazy. 2,000 islands, bro? Shit. Wow, man. Bro, I mean, y'all in Chile could never get bored. You could go to any island, any part. That country hella big, man.
Region where things get pretty crazy. The islands in the south create an immense clustered labyrinth of cold green rocky fjords and channels.
Hell no, man. Bro, I'm from Africa, bro. We like the heat. Man, I can't deal with cold, man. I suffer with my skin, bro. I start getting white patches and my whole skin starts turning white and shit, bro. Man, it's not a vibe. But hey, man, it's still beautiful.
Very similar to the ones in the west coast of Canada and Alaska that are hard to access. In fact, if you want to drive south to the rest of Chile, the furthest you can go is on the 7 highway until it cuts off at Villa O'Higgins. That's right, people, O'Higgins. There are Irish people that live here. Where the Patagonia ice fields begin, and here you either have to go by boat or fly to any of the other south towns in Chile, like Punta Arenas or Puerto Williams. Remember from the Argentine...
Now, before I do carry on, I know I've got a heavy fan base that be, you know, the family that be from Chile. Now, I want y'all to do me a favor. Hit me down below of what part of Chile you are from. As y'all comment, I'ma literally go on Google and look at these images, bro. Come on, comment down below, bro. I'm waiting.
Argentina video? The further south you go in Chile, the crazier things seem to get. Let's explain why in...
Okay.
One thing you have to understand...
That freaking whatever you call it, my English is each minute I spend in this island I'm forgetting my English, bro. But that looked like a middle finger to me.
Like Punta Arenas or Puerto Williams. Up you go in Chile, the crazier things seem to get. Let's explain why in...
I literally thought that was a middle finger thrown at me, bro. God damn, you gotta be careful with these images, bro.
One thing you have to understand is that Chile is located right on one of the most intense active fault lines in the entire world, the Ring of Fire. This means Chile as a whole is disputably the earthquake capital of the world. In fact, the largest earthquake on record happened in Valdivia in 1960 and registered a 9.5 on the Richter scale. The funny thing is, these people here really don't even care. They're so used to it and have adapted in almost every possible way to deal with it for centuries. Very few people are casualties of earthquakes, and most people can typically even tell.
You're watching this, bro. That's crazy. That is wild.
how strong an earthquake was on the Richter scale just by feeling it. If it's over a 7.0, they usually just stand up out of their chairs and wait it out. Now add on top of that the country has about 500 active volcanoes. Of course,
now that's one thing that's a bit scary, man. I mean, my island I currently am at right now is not active. My other half, Cape Verde, but a bit part of it is active. So man, I mean that's crazy. I'll be scared because you never know what day-to-day life throws at you. You know what I'm saying? Mother Nature and ish, bro. You may construct a home, a yard, and next day, boof, you know what I'm saying, that's all gonna destroy it. And who gonna pay for that? Government, you know, they have money, but will they help you? Freaking God knows, man. That's one thing I wouldn't want to put my life at risk or family or anything like that, bro. But anyway.
As we already discussed in the Argentina video, the northern part of Chile lies on the Atacama Desert, the driest area on Earth. The areas in the north, although dry, however, contain some of the richest deposits of copper. In fact, 6 of the top 10 largest copper mines in the world are found in Chile alone, making Chile the top copper producer.
Yeah, and I believe that, cause there is hell a lot of things that I'd be used to seeing in the news about, like a few Chilean mines, the people that used to get trapped under there, and you know, certain unfortunate ish like that, man. But wow, man, that's hella something different I've never seen in my life, you know what I'm saying?
Producer. By the way, the upcoming movie, The 33, starring Antonio Banderas, is based on the true story of the survival and rescue of the Chilean miners that were trapped under 2,000 feet of rock in a copper mine back in 2010. I mean, I'll watch it, but you have to admit, it's kind of weird because the whole movie is mostly spoken in English with Spanish accents. So when it shows in Chile, they'll have to use subtitles for a movie about their own people from their own country. Hollywood! The cool thing though is it does actually rain a few times in the Atacama every decade, and when it does, you get this incredibly rare, beautiful glimpse of the entire desert transformed into a flowering meadow. This phenomena only happens here and in other places like the Gobi Desert in Saudi Arabia. The further south you go, the greener it gets. Most of the agricultural lands are found in the central regions with the most formidable climates for grain and...
So I take it more north you go, the warmer it gets, I guess. Does that make sense?
Produce production. The east is completely bordered by the Andes Mountains, with Argentina on the other side, all the way to the bottom of the continent where you can find the Patagonia glaciers.
So wait, is there any borders or could you literally walk that, man? I've watched a movie, something like that picture that you just showed, that image. That must be a hella exercise. I'm a type dude that I would literally do that, bro. I love walking around mountains, up mountain, down mountains. I'm sure you have seen on my Instagram, bro. I love a challenge, bro.
And ice fields, making it the coldest place in all of Chile. Or should I say the chilliest part in Chile.
This guy, bro. Yeah.
This geographical isolation has not only given Chile the hedge of solitude, but also has allowed the population to develop a very distinct and unique culture and attitude that sets them apart from all the rest of the Latin American countries. And here's how.
I definitely want to try some Chilean food, man. That's definitely on my mind. I love Indian food. That is my preference. I'm sure you guys do love using spice too, man.
Okay, I'm just gonna be straight up. Chile is...
Oh, and I apologize for keep stopping this video, but my favorite... Oh, churros. Oh my god.
kind of like the California of the South American continent. First of all, the country has just over 18 million people.
What? Hold up. 18 million, bro? That's nuts. These nuts, you know what I'm saying? Oh gosh.
40% of whom live in the capital, Santiago
40%?
alone. Ethnicity-wise, estimates speculate that a little over 50% of the country is white, about 40% are mixed mestizo, and the rest are Amerindian. Of course, Spanish is the official language, however, the dialect is quite different from the rest of Latin American countries. Chileans tend to speak faster, and sometimes they cut off their S's and D's from words, and also they have a whole list of specific Chilean vernacular that you can't find anywhere else. For example, instead of saying cosa, you might hear wea. Instead of hearing...
Okay, we're learning a bit of Spanish now, the Chilean version, bro.
You might hear the word carete. And depending on the context, the word weon could either mean
Yeah, I've seen a couple of these, bro. Weño, bro. I just call it weon. Damn, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? These actually helping me.
buddy, or something along the lines of stupid little punk. ¿Cómo estás, weón? Versus eres weón o qué? See, the thing is, unlike
so you be calling me little punks. You calling me
like Argentina, Uruguay, and Brazil, Chile never really got an influx of various European nationalities migrating to their country. Back in the Industrial Revolution times, the only way to get to Chile would be to either cross the Drake Passage, which would take a lot longer than stopping on the east coast of the continent, or you would have to cross the Andes Mountains, which was even more difficult. This means that Chile has a higher concentration of whites that identify with Spain as their source of heritage. Speaking of which, the South Central and South...
I'm sure that goes for the rest of the other other countries in that's, you know, South America that's Spanish lingo. Like Brazil, I'm sure they have like a heritage of like Portuguese and, you know, of course, like Cape Verde, Angola. It makes sense why certain, you know, South American that speak Spanish language do have a bit of Spanish heritage, or should I say the Iberian Peninsula, because Portugal and Spain was once one, right?
Both areas have a long history of indigenous Mapuche heritage. The Mapuches make up a majority of Chile's indigenous population, and for the longest time, weren't actually able to fight off the Spanish invaders. Most of Chile's mestizos are descended from the Mapuches, and today they make up a strong population over 1.5 million. Then you have Easter Island, which has a majority of Polynesians that speak their own language, the Rapa Nui, and in the North Deserts, you can still find decent populations of Aymara and Quichuas, mostly from Peru and Bolivia, whom, by the way, believe the land belongs.
Yeah, my island in the summer, bro, we do have quite a few Bolivians, man.
To them, Bolivia still wants that ocean. As one of South America's most stable and prosperous nations, Chile has the highest degree of economic freedom and GDP per capita in the Latin world. Chile's IT and programming sectors have boomed in recent years with high-tech corporations and startups popping up all over, especially in Santiago, making Chile sort of like the Silicon Valley of South America. Plus, surfing is huge.
I wonder, is Chile very safe? Is it like one of the safest countries in South America?
Out here. See, it really is like the California of South America. Culture-wise, Chileans will tell you that they are kind of like the outcasts of the Latino countries, and for a number of reasons. The country is known for its illustrative poetry that eventually got them 2 Nobel Prize winners. Cuisine varies from region to region, but one thing Chileans are not short of is seafood. With a coastline that long, you're probably gonna find some gills on your plate. With a unique platter of Pacific fish.
Bro, I love seafood. I mean, fish, pure, man. You know what I'm saying? Healthy.
Chile likes to claim that they have the best ceviche in the world. Strong words to say to your neighbors, Chile. Now let's see what those neighbors think about you. Now here's the thing. Historically, Chile has had a lot of drama, both domestically and abroad. Chile has had more coups d'etats than any other country in the world, at around 40. Everything didn't settle down until about the 1970s. On top of that, they've also had wars and scuffles with every single one of their immediate neighbors.
I'm sure like any other country in this freaking planet.
Even though Peru and Bolivia do business with Chile out of courtesy, the reminders of the Pacific War still linger on, and overall, they both kind of roll their eyes at Chile. Argentina is the biggest rival of Chile, and even though they have some of the closest economic ties, Chile helped the British in the Falkland War, so Argentina kind of sees them as a little bit of a traitor. And again, don't even get started on the soccer matches. Because of this, Chile has kind of had to branch out and reassess their diplomatic intent abroad. Outside of Latin America, Chile rubs shoulders with the US, Australia, New Zealand, and oddly enough, the UK as well. Back in the Australian gold rush, Chile was a major supplier
I wouldn't have expected that, but hey.
of wheat and food. Trade began and fully developed within years. The US's relations have grown exponentially since the 80s, and as of 2014, Chile became the only Latin American country to have a visa waiver program entering into the US. Chile and the UK have a strange historical relationship. The British originally wanted to take over Chile and even teamed up with the Mapuches for a while in an attempt to keep the Spanish out. In a sense,
Bro, everyone wants to take over everywhere, bro. You wouldn't, bro, over my dead body. Bro, I would. Oh my gosh, bro. I love my island so much, bro. I would even join the army to defend my own freaking island, bro. I need to hear that shit back. That actually touched me a bit. UK wanted to take over Chile?
they have a strange historical relationship. The British originally wanted to take over Chile and even teamed up with the Mapuches for a while in an attempt to keep the Spanish out. In a sense, the UK has always kept an eye on Chile, even though they never got to colonize it, and to this day, the ripples of that show.
Yeah, they help you, but they always want something out of you in favor or return. In this case, they wanted land.
Through their diplomatic engagements. In terms of their best friends, however, Chile might probably say Colombia and Mexico. The countries all share the Pacific Alliance trade bloc. Colombians love moving into Chile and add a delightful warm Caribbean vibe to the otherwise colder atmosphere of the country. In conclusion, Chile may be the skinny, isolated country with lots of stuff going on, but when things get overwhelming, they just shake it off. Stay tuned.
And I'm end of there. Guess that's the end of the video. We only here for Chile, nothing else. Yeah, nah, I'm saying. Now that was very interesting. Now I know a couple of words where y'all be saying down below, calling me punkin-ish, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure you guys mean it in good intention, you know what I'm saying? Hella load of you do hit me up with loving vibes, hella lot of positive comments, and I love that about y'all. This is why I decided to do this video, to acknowledge myself, like I said at the beginning of the video. Now, if any other video of any other country you want me to do a reaction to, I thought he would have spoke a bit more about the food of Chile. I thought Chile might have used a bit more of spicy food. I mean, he only touched on a bit of fish, and that was the only dish he spoke about. He didn't say if it was one of the safest. He did say it was a very good progressive country in South American Latino community. From my part, from what I've seen and heard from y'all, all I can say is beautiful, loving people, hella supportive too, man. I swear to y'all. But your boy be going crazy with the uploads these days, man. Making the most of it while I can, cause after I'm flying back to the UK, I'm gonna be hard, you know what I'm saying? Back to the job, back to the 9 to 5, which is not really 9 to 5, more like weekends and nights and days, bro. But I'll still be doing reactions, bro. Chile, everyone watching, love y'all, a big salute. I'm gonna see you in the next video.